Happy holidays from me to you, whoever you are watching this podcast. I hope you have a good holiday, whatever it is you celebrate. I'm not going to pretend to know what that is. Maybe don't celebrate at all, and that's fine. But have a happy whatever to you. So I put together a little end of the year podcast, show you what I've been up to in my studio. Have a couple vintage finds that I'll include here. But I chose to leave out the, other things that I've been doing outside of making art, which are things like doing the dishes and shoveling and laundry, working. Those things don't need to be in the podcast, so I'm sorry if you wanted to see any of that, it's not going to be here. Anyway, I hope you have a really good holiday, and here's to a good 2010. I'm looking forward to that. I'm kind of happy to say goodbye to 2009. I'll just leave it there. Okay, first up from the studio is a piece I'm working on called The Secret Life or Lives of Mermaids. I have cut up little fish and body parts and all kinds of things that one would need for a water scene and such. Oddly enough, in vintage magazines, there aren't a lot of underwater items to choose from. Or maybe it's just the magazines that I have right now. But this is the stage that this painting is at currently. And I'm nervous to put paint down, but after I'm done with my holiday travels, I'm going to do it. I'm going to brave the white canvas, and I'm just going to go in and start making mayhem. There's another piece that I've started, and as you can see, sadly, I haven't even taken the canvases out of the plastic wrapping yet. I have, however, assembled some of the collage. I'm thinking of a name for this one, and it's going to be a diptych. I'm thinking of calling it Drive a Mile in Someone Else's Shoes. At least that's the working title, but it might end up the final title. But again, the whiteness of the canvases are putting me off a little. I hope to resolve that soon. Otherwise, it's not going to be a painting. It's just going to be some pieces of old paper cut out on plastic, and nobody wants to buy that. Also, my studio right now is a complete and utter disaster, but I'm busy, so I guess that's something. And this is the way I work, in complete chaos. One of the vintage finds that I was talking about in the intro of this podcast was an album that I found in my basement. Actually, I rediscovered that I had rescued all the holiday albums from my childhood. My parents were asking if we wanted them or if they were to be taken from Goodwill. So I, of course, said I will take them. This tune, the one that you heard in the beginning, is one off this album from True Value Hardware Store, 1976, I believe, that the record itself says. But yeah, this is the tune. This is part of my childhood. Welcome. Some other albums from my basement that I listened to as a kid. This one with the plastic wrap still on it, Firestone. This one from Goodyear. This one, exquisite. This was one I just listened to in my own bedroom on my little plastic record player. I don't know, didn't make the cut from my parents, I guess. And then, of course, How can you have Christmas without Dean Martin? You can't. Here's another piece that I'm working on at the same time with the other ones. I braved the white canvas a little bit and painted, as you can see. I'm not quite sure what this one's going to be called, but there's a lot of drama going on, as you can see. And I'm not quite sure what's going to end up, but this one's a bit of a mystery, but I like that. I like that a lot. I think it's fair to tell everybody that this is my favorite Christmas song, Carol of the Bells, and I don't think I have to tell everyone why. No, actually it's not because of the name. I just like it because it's a little spooky, actually, of the holiday songs. And it has my name in it. Carol of the Bells. I actually don't get tired of hearing Carol in all the holiday tunes. I'll be truthful about that. Anyway, this is a find I acquired last year through the magic of eBay. And it wasn't that much cash either. I think it was a really good find. But remember the stickers you had to lick in order for them to stick onto the book itself? Well, that's what this is all about. I remember it. And you had to fill in the, I don't know, little lines with the stickers and color, and there were fun activities and stuff. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I don't have the heart to cut into it, but it's a cool thing that I thought I'd show everybody here. Another groovy vintage magazine that I have to admit that I cut into is this December 1951 Esquire magazine. It's pretty cool, and there's a lot of really different kinds of images in here, all very eclectic and I don't know, just a big variety of stuff. Sometimes with some of these magazines that I have, there's not a big variety of stuff, but anyway, every time I cut into it I feel a little guilty, but like I said, I'm going to try to work on that in 2010. I'm going to close up my podcast here, checking out these cool Coronet magazines from, let me see here, I don't know if those are from the 40s or the 50s. It's on the side and I can't look at it right now. But yeah, these are some of my favorite kind of magazines to cut into. Shh, don't tell anybody. Of course I just did. But the things inside are just, I mean, it looks like just a bunch of words, but they're the little tiny little drawings, illustrations or whatever in there are just pretty cool. And like I said, I'm going to work on the guilt thing in 2010. That's the only kind of resolution that I can think of. Other than that, see you in 2010 and have a good one. Whatever it is you celebrate.